Leadership Challenge Show, your popular show, and we are glad that you are watching. God has given us another time that we can come and talk about leadership. Our goal is to impact the leadership that we have in our country, whether it be national leadership, county leadership, institutions, families and homes. We desire to see better leadership in every area of our lives. Welcome again, and as we continue to discuss, please, you can find the number at the bottom of the screen where you can begin to give us your views, your observations, and your ideas about the topic that we are discussing today. We are blessed again to have a wonderful guest, and I believe you watched the show last week, and this woman, just said it. We are blessed to have Dr. Mary Mugo again together with us in studio to help us discuss the topic on leadership and integrity. Leadership and integrity. Welcome, and let us begin right now. Daktari, please greet us, and I know today is very hot. I don't know where people shall be because we are dealing with the dragon of the world. Greet us and say something.
Thank you very much, Pastor. Our viewers, how are you? I hope by the end of this show, you will change how you see integrity, and you will endeavor to be a person of integrity yourself. Thank you very much.
Wow, okay. This is a topic of interest to everybody who cares about good governance and development in the society. And to delve into this, let's begin by asking ourselves, Daktari, when we say leaders of integrity, what actually are we saying? Because, English is not our first language, and many people may not have mastered it. Yeah. And we keep on talking about integrity. When we say a leader must have integrity, what are we talking about?
Thank you very much, Pastor. The word integrity is misunderstood. I hear people saying that you have integrity if you do the same thing when people are seeing and when they are not seeing. That is not integrity.
Really?
No.
Okay.
When you talk about integrity, integrity is honoring your word.
Oh.
Integrity is keeping your word. So when you say that a leader has integrity, you're saying that this leader honors their word, this leader keeps their word. And Pastor, the question therefore is, what is your word? Because sometimes also people don't understand what your word is. And in a nutshell, when you say that you're keeping your word, you're saying, one, your word is what you say. You will do or you will not do. And you do it on time. So your word is what you say you will do or not do. So if you don't do what you said you will do, you are out of integrity. If you do what you said you will not do, you are also out of integrity. Secondly, your word constitutes what you know to do. In other words, that thing that you know you should do and you don't do it, or that thing that you know you should not do and you do it, then you're out of integrity. For example, if you know it is right for you to switch off lights and you don't switch off those lights, you're out of integrity. Your word also constitutes what is expected of you, but is not expressed. For example, it is expected of you as the father of your children to pay fees for them.
Yes.
They don't need to ask you,
Yeah.
but it is expected of you. So what is expected of you, even when it is unexpressed,
Yes.
constitutes your word.
Ah,
Okay?
yeah.
Your word also is what you stand for.
Oh.
What people know that you stand for. For example, you're a pastor. We know what you stand for. We know you stand for holiness. You stand for living right. It is expected, if you have to retain integrity, you must live to that.
What I say.
What you say, what is expected of
What
you,
is expected?
what you know to do,
Yes.
and what you stand for. The fifth one is the moral aspect, the ethical aspect.
Yes.
All that is your word. And we are saying, we say that you have integrity if you honor that word, if you keep that word, and you keep it on time.
On time.
On time.
Wow.
And if you don't keep that word, then we are also saying you must let the person know that you're not going to keep your word.
Yes.
And clean the mess that you create. So let me give an example with the politicians, because
Wow.
many people think that leaders are only the politicians. Then I'll give you an example with an institution,
Yes.
even a family. If, for instance, you tell your child, let me start with the family. If you tell your child that I'll be taking you out on Sunday for swimming, and then Sunday comes, and you know sometimes you're telling the child that so that they can go. Yeah. So if Sunday comes, umalizane. So if Sunday comes, you don't take the child for swimming. You don't tell the child that I'm not going to take you, and when I'm going to take you next, you are out of integrity.
Oh.
In an institution, you've said that you're going to pay workers on 30th of every month. There are issues, like now there's COVID, but you don't tell them that, hey, I'll not be paying you on 30th this month, instead I'll be paying you on 10th. If you don't tell them, you have no integrity. However, if you tell them that, hey, I'm not going to pay you today, I'll pay you next week, and because of this and the other, you still are a person of integrity. When a politician tells us that I'll do this road, I'll do this borehole, then they disappear, they have no integrity.
Wow, that's right.
So that is what integrity is all about. You must honor your word, you must keep your word on time. So you can be out of integrity even with time. If we say that we are going to meet at 1 today, and I show up at 3, and I never called you to let you know I'm not going to be here at 1, I'm out of integrity.
Wow, wow, wow. That's profound.
Yeah.
That's profound. Now, let me know. Do you think when people really understand what integrity is? Because I listened at you when you were describing it, I said, Lord, help the leaders of this country. Do they really know that if they promise something and they don't do it on time, they are out of integrity? And I like the way you are putting it, out. Do really many leaders know this is required of them, and do they understand what integrity is?
You know what leaders need to understand actually is that if you are out of integrity, in fact, if you look at the dictionary, when you talk about integrity, it talks about wholeness. So even these seats have integrity. Integrity is about everything in the world. If this seat has no integrity, if you sit on it, it falls. Okay?
Oh, integrity is about everything.
Yeah. It's about you are whole, you are unbroken. Okay?
Oh.
A car that has integrity will take you from point A to point B.
If it has no integrity?
You're stuck there.
Wow. Okay.
So in other words, leaders need to understand when you talk about integrity, it's not about exciting the masses of what you're gonna do just for you to get the position. It's about keeping that word. But in case you don't keep that word, let your electorate know, I will not be keeping this word. You'll still be a person of integrity.
But do they know that? Do majority of leaders know that?
Actually, I don't think, not just most leaders, but I don't think most people understand this, because even for me, until I went for a training in New York some time back, I always thought integrity is about being honest, being sincere. But actually, I discovered if everybody kept their word, if everybody honored their word, this life would be easy.
Wow, 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 wow. Okay. So now let's get down to it. Because we are here to talk about integrity. And according to the way you are describing it, I think we have work to do.
A lot.
We have a lot of work to do today.
Yeah.
Because I don't think whether many people are in touch with that integrity we are talking about. Now, there must be benefits of leading with integrity. Of course, we know everybody in life must walk with integrity. But this time now we are talking about integrity in leadership. So we will try to limit ourselves to that discussion of integrity of leaders. Now, what will leaders be able to do with integrity that they cannot do when they don't have integrity?
Thank you very much. One, a leader of integrity will be trusted. You see, the reason why many people don't trust their leaders is because they don't keep their word. They don't honor their word. They come and tell you, I'll be doing this. They don't do it. They don't care. So why it is important to be a person of integrity, number one, you build trust.
You build trust.
Number two, when you build trust, you build relationships. And in the process of building those relationships, you're also able to even get to know how do you help the people. Because people will trust you. They will know that when I say we need to do this leader will be there to be counted. Number three, when you lead with integrity, you become accountable. Remember last time we said that we must hold leaders to account.
Yes.
When you are a person of integrity, of course it means that you are accountable and more so you achieve your goals. Because as I said, even this seat, the fact that it has integrity, I'm seated on it.
Yeah.
And I'm okay. So if you lead with integrity, it also means that you'll be able to achieve your goals. And even this country, if leaders lead with integrity, we will achieve what we intended to achieve. Because we all know if you have no integrity, that is where corruption comes in. Because you don't keep your word, you don't honor your word. So you start looking for other ways of doing things which is against integrity. So when you lead with integrity, there will be that honesty in the way you manage things. There will be transparency in the way you do things. Corruption will be a thing of the past. Remember, even in Kenya, we have a body that I think stays somewhere in integrity center. Basically meaning they expect people to honor their word. Leadership without integrity, in my view, is no leadership at all. Because if you have no integrity, you have no business being a leader. If you cannot honor your word, you cannot keep your word, then I think you should just stay at home.
Well, okay. Wow. Dr. Mary Mugo. Now, you have talked about accountability. And I think that is one area we want to at least put some light in. Because of late it has appeared to ascend into leadership is to ascend into a level of being able to make money and take money and steal money. Do you think the leaders we have really care about accountability? Because even our society appears to be celebrating people who are stealing. And they seem to be appreciating them. They seem to be celebrating them. And it looks like you are foolish if you were put in an office that has a lot of money and you took nothing. You appear like when, Kikuyu say jamba, because you have stolen money. Really, God needs to help us. Talk about accountability as key to integrity in leadership.
Thank you very much. I think our viewers need to understand one thing, that leaders must be both accountable and responsible.
Wow.
If you honor your word, you're likely to be accountable. Likely. Yeah? Because basically you're saying, I said I'll do this. I have done it. So I'm being accountable to what I'm doing. And it is expected if you hold a position, you must be responsible, you must be accountable of what you're doing. And again, because not everybody is accountable, that is where other people come in. And that is where systems come in. Because I said integrity is about everything. Does your system have integrity? Is your system in a way that if someone wants to steal, you can see it from far? Then that system has integrity. Yeah?
So we may be seeking integrity, but our systems have no integrity.
Yeah, if the system is broken, it means that the system has no integrity. Just the way this chair would be broken and then we say the chair has no integrity. Or the way a car will not take you where you want to go, we say the car has no integrity. So what we need to ask ourselves, even as we talk about leadership, is do the laws of this country, are the systems themselves, do they have integrity? Do they deter you from doing the wrong thing? Or do they encourage you not to even be accountable? And as directorates, I think we need to be a bit more serious. We need to put leaders to account. We need to demand. In fact, I would say we need to ask those hard questions that nobody is asking. We need to ask someone and we need to ask leaders and tell them, hey, you said you will do 1, 2, 3. Why have you not done it?
Now, to conclude, leadership and integrity, accountability in integrity. What makes leaders know very well they have done corruption and still want to lead? They still want to be counted as worthy. When we know if you lose integrity, you become unworthy.
Correct.
Why do they keep on insisting that I'm worthy, I still can lead? Is it because the conscience is dead? What is happening here?
Pastor, you know, when you have no integrity, nothing matters. Because you see, you really don't care as a leader. Because when you don't have integrity, you should understand that, as I said earlier, you have no business leading. But you see, unfortunately, where we are, even as a country, as you rightly said, it looks like the more corrupt you seem to be, the more celebrated you become. And remember last week I said you have the leaders that you deserve. So if someone comes to me and someone has integrity, they honor their word, they keep their word, they are not corrupt. And then the question you ask them is, before you give them their vote, your vote is, what is in there for me? That in itself is already corruption. But again, the system must weed them out. Why would IBC pass a leader who is known as a thief? Because we all know. Forget about these things that people feel. I don't know, in government they call them. There are some forms you fill for wealth declaration.
Wealth declaration.
I mean, it's one thing to say that I am worth 10,000. Is another thing. We know what you're worth. But again, you see, if the systems were correct, IMBC would know from the beginning this guy or this lady is corrupt. Look at, even the other day, we were talking about people who are even corrupting certificates. You didn't go to school, but you have a big certificate saying you even graduated. And people are even saying it is not true, but IBC passes the person, for example. So we need to get serious about it from the top up to down there. Because again, why would I, even as an employee, why would you steal your company's time? That's out of integrity.
Wow, Daktari. And the bottom line here is, if you lack integrity, you have no business being a leader.
Correct.
You have already blown it out.
Actually, you are unworthy to lead.
You are unworthy to lead.
Yeah.
Well, let's put a comma, take a short break. When we return, we get deeper into this matter. Don't go very far. We will be right back.